Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of In My Own Words. Today's topic is something personal and has affected me and also may affect you as well. It's called How to Explain the Word Transgender to a Child or Children. Well, where do you begin? How do you start? It's kind of complicated. Yes, I can understand that. And you would think a child may not understand. Well, here's what I have to say right now. For those who think that or even want to speak that, how do you know what a child thinks or feels? I mean, really. When you say a child deserves a mother and father, how do you know that? I mean, there could be a child out there somewhere that may be raised by a mother, but the father could be either dead, absent, or whatever, or vice versa. For instance, the child may be raised by a father where the mother may not want to be part of the child's life. So we really do not know or understand what goes on in my child. Well, what do I mean by the word transgender? Well, for all of us know what that word means. It usually means you're transitioning from one gender to a next, from man to woman, woman to man, vice versa. And that usually involves like treatments and possible sexual reassignment surgery. Well, this is somewhat personal for me. I just found out within the last 2 years that my sister's husband, he's a male, but he's coming out as transgender, which means he's going from a he to a she, and they have two daughters. One's 9 and one recently turned 6. And for me, it was like, how are they going to explain this to her? Well, for me, the way how my sister went about it was actually somewhat wrong. My sister used a show called RuPaul's Drag Race to say, this is what happens to people like your father. Well, here's the thing. RuPaul's Drag Race is, as we all know who have watched it or heard of it, is where RuPaul, a well-known drag queen, does a reality show based upon other well-known drag queens based upon cities where they're located from. Are usually men dressed as women, men transform as women for performance. And there's also something called drag kings where biological women will dress as men for performance. And yes, they are out there, you just have to find them. It's like a needle in a haystack. But moving on. And for me that was confusing, and I asked my sister's oldest daughter, what does that word mean? And she had no idea what that word meant, so I decided to tell her. I told her the real truth. I didn't tell the mechanics. That will probably wait until she's like 13. And when she told her mother, my sister, she was upset. And it's like, what's wrong with telling a child the truth? I mean, I found out about my mother being divorced when I was 10. I found out about my bodily functions when I was about 10 or 11, way before I turned 13. I found out what my role was as a teenage boy when I was 10 or 11. I had no father to explain that to me at all. And I also begin to wonder, how dare she tell her own children that I'm openly gay? I was going to wait until they turned of a certain age to basically comprehend or grasp the concept of what that word meant. Yes, it means happy, but also means I'd like to be in a same, but like being in a loving, committed relationship with another man. So to them, it could be anything. But for me, it's not that hard to comprehend or grasp. But for others, it may be hard to comprehend and grasp. That's why you go to support groups or counseling. How do you do that? Well, here's the thing. You can go to Glisten or basically, Google your nearest LGBTQI, center and simply ask them the type of support groups they do for those who are coming out as transgenders and those who may have children, so the children may understand what's going on. How does it affect them? How will they be able to live what I like to call a normal life? Well, their life, as I know, has changed because they are seeing their father going through hormone treatments, and for me that their dear old daddy's not explaining that hard concept to them. And to me, I know what it's like to lose a father, even though my father, he's a pure biological male, he's not transgender whatsoever. to me, they are losing a father, and to me that sort of hitting home. And to me, my sister's being selfish. So for me, I really want them to know the word transgender just means your father's going from a male to another woman. So how hard is that for the grabs? If you like what you see, please comment, like, subscribe below, and share your own thoughts about this. Do you know somebody who came out transgender, has a family? Or have you been, or are you transgender yourself? So I'll see you next time for another installment of In My Own Words, from my mouth to your ears, in my own words. Bye.